Hello, FlossTube. Long time no see, and this is the third time I've recorded this and tried to upload. So this I'm going to rush through. I'm in the mountains for the summer, and internet here is really bad. So I'm going to do about 6 or 7 works in progress / whip parade, and I'm done. I'm going to try and get this uploaded. Okay, the first one that I have been working on is Elizabeth Charlene by Lottie Da. See if I can get that in there. Elizabeth Charlene, Lottie Da. This is a almost finished for me. There she is in her glory. I love this stitch. The colors are beautiful. This is on 36 count hog bristle by Fox and Rabbit. I just have some of that there on the bottom to do, and she will be done. I thought I'd have this done in probably the end of April. Didn't quite happen. Summers get quite, I don't want to say fast and furious, but just quick. But she will be done probably here in the next, I don't know, couple of weeks. My other close progress that we've been working on, for those of you who've been following us on Tannenbaum and been stitching along with us, Tannenbaum by Brenda Gervais with Thigh Needle and Thread. Tannenbaum, kind of an older one. And I do have news, the box is still available from Beach Cottage Stitchers. I got a really nice letter from her and a thank you card. She said she didn't say how many, she said she had a couple of cases. But that was a month or two ago. So if you're still looking for that box, I would hop on to Beach Cottage Stitchers. She only has an online shop, and I would see if you can get one ordered. We did, this one was, and sorry, you might hear the lawnmower here in a minute. My husband's out mowing the lawn. This was December, January. This one was February, March. My shop, my studio, is connected to the garage. December, January, February, March, April, May. This one is June and July. We're doing one motif every 2 months. So this one will be August, September, and then we will have time to mount it and get it ready for Christmas. But if you got behind, that's okay. Once you get this one done, you can start on this one and or this one. So we have, this one was, sorry, I didn't iron anything today. This one was December, January. This one is February, March. This one was April, May. And this little guy is my start here to June, July. I just thought it would be really fun to do that Santa for Christmas in July. So we've got part of his coat, a boot, part of his snowbank. This one I'm really excited about. So that was Tannenbaum. I also brought with me to the mountains Little Birds by Blackbird Designs. Sorry you can see my lights back here. I've got them turned off, otherwise there'd just be a big glare. I just have natural light coming in here this morning. Kind of like an industrial look back there, my stove. Anyway, Little Birds by Blackbird Designs. I can hear my husband working on the lawnmower. Sorry. At least we don't have to send it out. He's Mr. Fix-It. He will fix just about everything. By the end of the summer, I would like to have the top border done. So we'll see how that goes. But the border did connect all the way around. It's pretty much, sorry, I think this is the last tune-up he needs before he can mow the lawn. I'm just grateful I have a husband that can do that. We wouldn't have to run it into the shop all the time, right? The other one, I started this a couple of days ago. Miss Bingley's Library by Plum Street Samplers. I love that big, ginormous house. Real small start. This is on 20 count even, 2 over 1, but this is cork from something I had, Vintage Cloth by Lori Holt. I just thought that the white would show up the best on this. Really tiny start, but look at the white on that. It's going to show up really good. This is a part of a window, and sorry, my threads are a mess, but like I said, I'm trying to hurry. Yeah, if you only knew how much time these videos not only take to make, but being up in the mountains, they just don't want to upload. I get 1 bar, so I'll probably end up going into town after a while if this doesn't upload. One that's a whip from May of 2020 is the Lucy Mack Sampler by Lori Rippey from 2016. It's the one that has the stanza, "Come thou font of every blessing." 2 houses, the alphabet, that border, real simple border. Lori knocked it out the ballpark. This one is really small. This is a bag I made several years ago, but I love the botanical. It's a vinyl front. Oh, the lawnmower's gonna come back again. Maybe not. Botanical butterflies. Anyway, DMC floss. Small little start, but I just wanted to show this chart. Ooh, very happy with this one. That's one of my summer whips. Even if I could spend like 1 week on each one of these, I would be happy with that. But keep up on Tannenbaum and get my Elizabeth Charlene done. This one I recently just was a new acquisition. Probably gonna do this. I want it a little bit bigger. Mary Briggs. I went to the Maggie's on Main trunk show for Erica Michaels. And this one reminded me like of a chalkboard for back to school. And my husband is a school teacher. The greatest thing in the world is the alphabet, as all wisdom is contained therein. Mary Briggs, 1806. Oh, just love it. Very chalkboardy, English, you know, back to school type of vibe going to it. I love it. Just love it, love it, love it. And I can't decide if I want to do it in reds, variegated red, a variegated blue, or a black charcoal. Probably the black charcoal I think would be the best. And last for this, for cross stitch, and then I have a few quilting things here, is from Hollyhock Farm, a Stacy Nash, the book Hollyhock Farm. Stacy Nash, 1776 flower urn. It's my patriotic stitch for the time being. This too was from my Mania 2020. Really small stitch. I'm doing this 1 over 1 on 22 because that's what I had. You know, Mania, we didn't have a lot of fun fabrics that we could get our hands on. Everything's shut down, but that flag is really, really tiny. Loving it. Probably work on this one the week of 4th of July. I do sit out on my back porch, look at the mountains. I might put a clip at the end of my view. I am pleased to report that Fluffy is done. I just left him in the other house. So I backed him in red wool. And he is done. He looks pretty close to that picture. The only thing I did different, instead of using like 5 balls of the Valdani for the black background, I used just plain, I used what I had for the color. I don't remember the called for, but I used what I had and kind of variegated it throughout. But then I just finished up with just solid black DMC, the pearl cotton that's on the brown ball that you can get from Joann's. But he looks pretty darn close to what this is, so I'm very happy with Fluffy. 2 things. My girlfriend Nicole sent me this for my birthday, and since I've only done 1 FlossTube since my birthday, I didn't get to show this. But hedgehogs. It's a little pouch, and I'm going to use this for the Flosses to Mary Briggs 1806. But she knows I love hedgehogs, and love it. I am a huge fan of Beatrix Potter. And I believe it's Mrs. Tiddlywinkle that is a hedgehog. Oh, if I could go to Hilltop, and I believe it's in Surrey, the Lake District's in Surrey. Oh, that would be a trip of a lifetime. But anyway, thank you, Nicole, for this. I love it. It's just a little tiny pouch that I'm going to put some flosses in, and it has just an orange dot on the inside. The tag here on the front says P.S. Phyllis Sews, P-H-Y-L-I, let me spell that again, P-H-Y-L-L-I-S, and then the word sews, S-E-W-S. And I don't know if that's on Etsy or whatnot, because it was a gift, but that's what the tag says. So if you love hedgehogs. The other is a blast from the past, 2007 Needlework Press, Chandler, Arizona, a sampler enthusiast's book of days. I've had this for quite some time, but I'm scared to death to write in it. I am a big journaler. I love to journal. I love to write. But for some reason, I just don't want to mess this up. One of these says how it's set up is one page is the day, you know, it's not for a specific year. A book of days, you record birthdays, anniversaries, special days, whatever. And then this page, this side of the page has a darling piece of artwork with a note. This says, okay, ladies, who could resist pairing these unlikely pieces of needlework history? Live in peace with all men. Oh, I love it. There was one back here that just was very fun. There's a sewing machine and a definition of nostalgia, or a verse on nostalgia. Has the pen or pencil dipped so deep in the blood of the human race as the needle? I doubt this is still in print, but 2007 Needlework Press, a sampler enthusiast's book of days. Things getting piled here by my Bernina. And the one and only last thing I have to show is a quilt block that I'm doing. Separate project for a local store here that I live near. They were wanting a kit with a local Idaho vibe to it. And near where I live, up in the mountains, way up in the mountains, there's a lake called Cowbone Lake. Rumor has it that some cows walked out on it because it was frozen in the winter, and it cracked underneath their weight. And so way back in the early 1900s, all these cows died because they were on this lake. So I made this. This is one block, and it's 3 by 3. There'll be 3 of these by 3 of these, and I think it's right around 70 by 70. But I just wanted to show this block. I absolutely love it. I love 2-color quilts, and I've had this even in my own stash to make. The pattern is from Missouri Star. It's called Lady of the Lake. I want to say, if it's different than that, I will put it across the bottom. But I want to say it's Lady of the Lake. But this is the block, and I'm just kind of what I've been working on, because there are 432 half square triangles that sewed were about anywhere between 3 1/4 and 3 1/2, and you had to square them to 3 inches. So not only was there the sewing and then the pressing them open, and then I had to square them to 3 inches square. But once you do that, as most quilters know, the quilt goes by so much, it goes together a lot easier, and things match up. And anyway, Lady of the Lake, I'm pretty sure that's the name of the chart. Like I said, if it's not, I will have put it across the bottom of the screen. With that said, I am going to go sit on the porch, and I'm going to watch my husband mow the lawn, and I'm going to look at the view. Right now we've had an incredible amount of rain, which is wonderful. The gardens and the hay fields and the agriculture area in which I live have really gotten a good drink of water, but that only means that July and August we will have probably a really good fire season. My heart goes out to those people in New York City. I know your pain. Our air gets just as dirty as that, so very high in particulates when there's fires in our area. So I want to enjoy it while it's nice and green and cool out this morning. So happy stitching. Stitch the summer long. Just stitch away. Read, garden, journal, whatever you would like. But enjoy your summer, and I will do a longer video when I'm back down where I have a little bit better internet. So enjoy, and I'm going to go watch some eye candy.